Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I'm going to talk about how to manage resources for this patch. There is a trap laying out there for you this patch, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you fall for it, you are going to regret it, all right? So here's the deal. Right now, it looks like, okay, we've got, here's 4 new characters at the bottom. Magic, who I'm going to be unlocking soon, is the 5th, so you have 5 new characters. But there's actually a total over the course of this 2-month patch. There's a grand total of 15 characters you could be working on, right? You know, I'm sure a lot of you have Ravagers that look like mine. Maybe yours are bigger than mine, but like I doubt a lot of you have them in orange gear, right? Is pretty small Ravagers. And then, of course, Uncanny, a lot of people have worked on, but a lot haven't. If you're a newer player, mid-game player, you may not have worked hard on your Uncanny. I know a lot of new players who ask me if they can avoid gearing up Phoenix even, for example. But even me, you can see for the level of war I'm at, these characters at G12 and G13 won't really cut it. So you could go all in the course of this patch and really focus on 15 different characters, gearing up 15 characters and going all in. I think it's a trap. And I'll tell you, the devs have already told us that this new Uncanny team with Magic is supposed to only beat mid-tier teams like like a Black Order maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they beat, I think, this is the sort of thing like Mercs or something. But they're not meant to beat Infinity Watch, New Warriors, or whatever. Similarly, Ravager, same thing. They said, they should send us video of them beating the Black Order. Okay. But not beating any of the really hot new teams. And then the Web Warriors, that's the new exciting team here, right? This is the team that is going to be the new bio team. But most people, if you're like me, you have kind of low Spider-Man and Miles, and you've got huge symbiotes. So, right now, for example, my symbiotes do very well in Doom 2. Now, for the future, you're going to focus on Web Warriors. But for right now, a lot of folks don't need that team. So this is what I would suggest to all of you. You get the shards like you would ordinarily for characters. That's an individual decision, what you do there. But in terms of gearing, this is what I would say. If you're not into war, well, you've got 2 teams you can effectively ignore. I don't really think Uncanny is going to be important outside of war. Certainly Ravagers, don't see that. There's a possibility that you could use Star-Lord T'Challa outside of war. You could use him in raids, but I don't think he's important enough of a character that you would want to gear him up just for raids. And then the Web Warriors, whether you gear them up, is going to depend on, how much, whether you've already geared symbiotes, whether you're going to whale out and get all the, shards in this team, or whatever the needs are of your particular roster. This is going to be a patch, in my opinion, that is going to reward players who are thinking about what's the good thing for their roster in general. In other words, what is going to move your whole roster forward more quickly? And now I understand some people, I've had people tell me, I just love Spider-Man. That's my favorite, part of that's my favorite part of the Marvel universe. So then do what you're going to do. But I'm just telling you, purely from an account perspective, a lot of you are not going to want to go hard at these characters. Okay. Now, how do you manage your gear? Well, I'm going to tell you something. Another problem that we have right now. By the way, I should say, these characters are all kind of interesting for the next couple months. Who knows what's coming after that, right? There could be some amazing character that you're going to need to have gear for. Here's another problem. If you're a more advanced player, you've got to balance farming teal gear versus orange gear. Now, a lot of you have seen in my videos, I've had a gold crunch for a while. That has ended because I'm not going crazy on teal gear anymore. I finished GD5, so forget it. But there's only I think 4 people in the world who are in that category. And for most people, you're going to have to focus on farming this teal gear, which is going to mean that your orange gear is even more crunched. Now, for me, I am at a spot where I actually, after DD5, I had less than 1,000 SBCs. I've been working to get them up, spending a lot of raid credits in the meantime, but I'm only at 2,000. Now, I have a lot of orbs to open. I'm going to do that on my stream today before I work on Magic. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I think more than ever, these characters are going to challenge the gear hordes that we have. If you want to go all out and build a Ravagers team and put them all in orange gear, that's going to, for a lot of people, that's just going to wipe out a lot of gear from you, right? So I think, you have to really be thinking about what uniques do you have. Web Warriors, by the way, Web Warriors are 4 Oz formula. Okay, plus, so for the Oz formula, which are these, let's see here. Oops. 4 of the Oz formula, which look like this. And I've been trying to buy these up and when I see them in the supply store. And then Alien Spores, which I've been trying to buy up as well. But the point is, that's, for most people, they just aren't going to have that. I don't even have enough to bring up 4 characters. And I've been working hard to acquire this Oz formula. And, all of these characters need the Gear Tier 14 uniques. So, realistically, this is going to be a month or 2 months where we're going to pick and choose. And for the first time in this channel, I'm going to be stretching my own resources to figure out whether I can show you every character, every team at its highest level. I know a lot of you gotten accustomed on my channel for me to show every character at Gear Tier 15 immediately on release. That's something I do. I'm going to try to do it this patch for you. But, can I get all the Ravagers up to Gear Tier 15? I don't know about that, right? Am I going to be able to get my entire Uncanny team up to whatever level? I don't know. I'm going to try my best for you guys. I will tell you I would not ordinarily do this. So I'm going to give you an example and tell you right now, if I was not streaming, what I would do. So I'll just tell you right now, and if I was not streaming, I would ignore this team. I think this team looks better than the Uncanny team, but I would wait and see how powerful it is in War. I care about War. Some of you don't. But, even though I care about War, this team, to me, just building 5 characters from scratch, that's a lot on top of everything else. So this would be a wait and see team for me. Because another issue, by the way, is T4s, right? There's going to be T4s that are not only required here, but putting T4s potentially on 15 characters, that's another thing. If you look here, some of the interesting bonuses they put in T4s. Even though these are characters that are easy to obtain, you still got to blow T4s on them. As for Uncanny, that would be, to me, this is one, to me, to get this team to work at the level I'm at, where everybody's got characters at G15 for the most part, some at G14, I not only have to get Magic geared up, I've already got Beast and Colossus decent enough level, but I'd have to get Cyclops and Storm up. That's a big investment. That would also potentially be a wait and see for me if I was not streaming. The team that I would be most likely to work on would be Web Warriors, under the assumption that eventually I'd need them for Doom 3, but I don't know if I'd have the uniques for them. So I might have these 2 sit to the side, and work on these 3, try to use them with the, let's say, Symbiote Spider-Man and Anti-Venom, and then, work on the other ones when I have time. That's the sort of thing I used to do all the time when I was, before I was, streaming and doing videos. And I will say, there may be an opportunity over time, particularly if you're not at some super level here in terms of, what people are putting resources in terms of the competition, where you might be able to get away with having, let's say, one big character on a team. Like maybe for Ravagers, you can get by with having just a big T'Challa and Yondu and having smaller minions. But we don't know yet. And I think it's best to let people like me and other intrepid people explore what the limits of these teams are, how good they are, and then make a very informed decision before pumping all your resources into one of them. All right, guys, if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you got comments, questions, angry, insults, happy thoughts, put them below, or you can go to my Discord. That's linked below. Lots of great conversation there. And then you can also go to my Twitch stream. That's linked below too.